Hello there! Welcome to a new video of rating climb to 1200. So I stopped for a while. My goal was to reach 1200 by the end of last year. Went into a major tilt, went down from 1154 points on chess.com to 931. Managed to get back to 1089 now. Kind of promised myself to pick up these videos when I touch 1100 again on chess.com, but I thought, eh, I'm in a bit of a filming mood. I've used my time uh, to refine my video thingy, my YouTube channel. So I'm using a different program now, OBS Studio, which has its downfalls, I must say, but it's a bit nicer on the eyes. I used to have the tabs in the top so you could see what I was looking at. That's all gone, and it's just like a good solid um, overview of the game and time and the opponents, and me expressing what I've done. I'm still not completely happy with the way how the way our things are going. The tempo of the moving of the pieces is a bit weird. Sometimes it's slow, sometimes it's quick. Haven't been able to figure out that just yet. So if you're also a OBS Studio user and you know how to solve this, please let me know in the comments. And if you have any other comments, feel free to share something. I mean, this channel is new and don't have many subscribers, um, not so many viewers just yet. So yeah, go ahead if you want to say something, give me a tip or thank me for some information I share. Please do so. Also, there's a button in the corner if you like this channel, um, or if you're just keen to see what's how I'm picking up a YouTube channel and maybe you want to do it yourself. Um, Please subscribe. Uh, click that you want all notifications so you get an update when I share the new video. So, I'm going to show you 4 games. Played 1 game yesterday and 3 games today. So here we go. This is the first game. This was the game of yesterday. Playing as the white. The tempo is quite okay now. So I'm kind of in the habit of starting with the D pawn nowadays, just throwing things around a bit. I started like I think most people do with the E pawn. I kind of like this. It gives me more options and I have some ideas. And for more opponents than the other way with the E pawn, the D pawn is a bit difficult and they don't know what to do about it. Well, at my rating anyway. So I kind of like this. Keeps me a bit in control. Not always, by the way, because I do lose uh, games with white also. So he brings out the knight, the pawn, also the d pawn. I bring out my knight. He brings out the knight. Tempo is good, by the way. Sometimes it's slow. Just bringing out the bishop. He brings out the knight. Um, there's a way that you can straight away go for a fork, winning the rook. But in my experience and what I've been told, when you're a big beginner, maybe starting to get to become an intermediate player, they don't recommend it just yet because there's a lot of ways around it for the opponent to save it. I think, for example, you can push this pawn here. I capture it, and they move the knight somewhere, and they bring out the bishop, and it's still defending. It might bring the bishop with a check. This bishop with a check when the knight is not there, and then go back here and defending. So I kind of given up on that There might be a way around it, and you might get lucky, but I've tried it a few times, even at my rating, uh, against opponent at my rating level. Um, nah, it's just not working. So this is a solid choice, bringing out the pawn, connecting the pawn chain, as does my opponent. Difference is I've got my bishop outside the pawn chain, and he's got it within the pawn chain, so his bishop is going to have a hard time interacting in the game. I brought out my next bishop. He's challenging my bishop, and I've learned in the way I'm playing now not to accept it, but to put my knight over here when the bishop is here, and when the bishop is still there, to bring the knight out there and recapture the bishop with the knight. So that's what I did. See, now it's slow. This is a bit, it's a good move, I suppose, even though it does say it's not a good move. But now I have to make a decision. I have to capture this knight, bishop, because otherwise I'm going to lose a pawn. So that's what I do. Recaptures. Just developing the pieces. Gives me the option to castle both ways. I think a castle both ways 50-50, depending on how the board looks. So I tend to castle long side and go for a pawn storm when the opponent castles this way. He challenges the center. I'm taking it. And I knew obviously he's attacking my bishop now. But I also saw that if he attacks my bishop, I recapture it here. And I have two attackers on the pawn. Three actually. The knight, the queen, and the rook. So even if he would get a rook in the game, I'd still be winning a pawn. So I was quite happy with this. This is a mistake. Oh, he said, oh yeah. I missed a nice little tactic. Because if I would have, let me show you. If I would have taken the pawn, and if the opponent would have thought I can grab this, it'd be a check and I win the queen. But I thought, so slow. I thought, let's start the pawn storm. Okay, now the computer is frozen. Oh, I'm sorry, man. This is something I really need to figure out because this is really annoying. It's getting slower and slower and slower. Okay, this is weird. Anyway, I recapture with the queen. Now he's defending, but I've got three attackers. So I capture, and rather than taking with the bishop and losing a bishop, and this is like another tactic because he brought out his one defender of the queen. So give a check. He needs to recapture with the pawn or the knight, and the knight is not defending the queen. I did actually look at all this, so he's just lost the queen. But I must say, this game was pretty tough still. He didn't surrender straight away, and he gave me a hard time to convey this into a win. Because obviously now he's attacking this for a fork, so I had to do a bit of defense. No, all I'm doing is just now trying to, because obviously I saw if this pawn is taken away, this defender, this one becomes free for the bishop. And even though I think you can trap it by, if you catch this, you can bring this up, and you, I think you, how do you say this in English? You you win a bishop because it's stuck. You can just put the pawn forward here and grab the bishop with your king, and if it does catch the pawn, you just recapture it this way. But I didn't want to have any of that. I just wanted to convert. I said convey. I wanted to convert this winning position into a win, because I know the hardest game to win is the game you already won. So I didn't want to have any shenanigans. I wanted to just trade pieces. He obviously wisely didn't want to. I thought, like, let's go and grab another pawn. He is obviously aiming at this square now, so I needed to still. He was trying, which is fair. This is obviously like a stupid mistake, because now he has this is under attack and this is under attack. But once again, he did manage to make it difficult for me, because now he is attacking my undefended knight and this pawn. So this guy was really starting to get on my nerves. But I thought, like, okay, well, whatever. You can have this knight. I'll have this knight. I will take it from there. So that's what I did. And I'm in time to save this pawn. Actually, I didn't really worry about that pawn, because he was so much ahead. I just wanted to get out of any shenanigans, because he could have just taken this with a check, and I might have been in trouble. I don't know. I'm not sure why he did this. And I thought, okay, dude, you're like a queen up for a bishop. Pawns are like 6 against 7. Just get rid of this bishop, because it's annoying. So I traded the bishop for the knight, for the rook and a pawn. And then and his 2 rooks are quite strong. But then again, I just grabbed another pawn. And this is just a winning, nevertheless. But he was still being annoying. And I just wanted to get some counterplay. And he's still trying to piss me off. And he was now, I saw, probably wanting to, oh no, this is later. Yeah, I thought he's gonna double up here and give a check and win this. I'd have to, well, I would have just won 2 rooks for a queen, which wouldn't have been too bad. But once again, I didn't want to have any of it. Gave myself an escape square, and if this pawn would take me, I'll just recapture it and I'd be safe. And so he did go up there. I got out of the way. He grabbed the pawn. I obviously couldn't get this pawn with my knight, with my queen, because I would have been pinned. So took it with my with the pawn. He gave me a check. I got out of the way. He still trying to piss me off. Got out of the way. Check. Got it out of the way. And then I thought, like, no, I need to get some counterplay and finish this stuff off, because it's really getting on my nerves. And this is where he made the final error, and he surrendered, because from here you can just capture. You can just capture it. He's pinned, so he has to take. Well, he doesn't have to take, but if he doesn't take, it's a checkmate in 1. So and then if he takes, it's also checkmate. So he resigned. So that was first game. Oh, it's really slow. Okay, next game. I'm gonna leave it in this game, because I'm not sure if I have more than a half an hour to record, and I'm gonna do today's games in a different video. All right. So if you like it, subscribe and get notifications of new videos. Okay, see you later. Bye bye.